Welcome to Crater Stadium in Dover as we get ready for a big non-conference football game between the Steubenville Big Red and the Dover Tornadoes. I'm Scott Robinson along with Jay Yonders. And Jay, this one last year, Steubenville came up 57-45 winner. That's a lot of points on the board. Are we going to have a shootout tonight?
Well, it very possibly could. You know, both of these teams are obviously having good seasons. They have successful football programs. They don't shy away from a challenge, and tonight it's going to be a challenge both ways. And both teams also know there's a lot of points available for the winner. So tonight could potentially be a big shootout like last year. Maybe not quite so much, but it's still going to be pretty entertaining.
A lot of computer playoff points on the line. We'll come back and talk with Dover head coach Dan Ift in a moment, so stay with us here on the Your Pizza Shop Coach's Corner Show on TV2 Sports. And back on the Your Pizza Shop Coach's Corner Show with head coach Dan Ift of the Dover Tornadoes. And Coach, boy, this one's been circled on the calendar for a while, probably since last year. What a great opportunity against Steubenville tonight.
Yeah, and that's the key word, Scott. It's a great opportunity. It's probably as neat a high school football situation you can be in the state of Ohio. I mean, a tremendous traditional program. They're in the state championship game, it seems, almost every year. Their people have a passion for the game, as do their coaches and kids. And, you know, if you're trying to get your team up to speed, so to speak, there's no better way than to challenge them in a situation like this.
Boy, you look at their roster, and it's just player after player after player, just a lot of depth at all the positions.
Yeah, and that's been built over the course of several years, obviously. And like I said, they're a very, very well coached outfit, and you know, we're going to have to do everything we can to get this thing into the fourth quarter and have a shot. That's our quest, to fight it out into the fourth quarter and get that fourth quarter. Anything can happen, but that's what we like to get done.
When you look at the game itself, last year was a shootout. You anticipating that type of game this year?
I didn't anticipate that last year, but if we don't defend them, which I think we're going to defend them better. But we had trouble with them last year, and they had that big receiver. We had trouble with him, but then we played very good on offense. So hopefully we do a good job on both sides of the ball. We've been playing pretty good defense, minus a couple of situations here or there. I think about 80% of what we've been doing has been good. But we've given up some big plays that we've got to stop, and that's we have like some kind of brain dead there, some point there, and we got to stop that. If we can prevent the big play, hopefully we're there at the end.
All right, well, good luck tonight.
Thank you, Scott.
Head coach Dan Ift of the Dover Tornadoes. That's been the Your Pizza Shop Coach's Corner Show. We'll come back with more pregame activities in a moment here on TV2 Sports. And welcome back to Crater Stadium in Dover as we get ready for a big ball game between the Steubenville Big Red and the Dover Tornadoes. The Big Red comes in at 5-0, while the Dover Tornadoes at 3-2. Computer points-wise, the Tornadoes ranked 11th in Division III Region 11. Steubenville remains number 1 in Division IV Region 13. So that kind of leads us right into our keys to the game. This is a huge game, Jay. Tell us a little bit about your keys to the game.
Well, my keys to the game tonight, there's some things that the Dover defense needs to do and some things they need to avoid. Number one, they've got to create some opportunities for the offense. They've got to get some 3-and-outs, get some turnovers, and put their offense in a position where they have a short field. Some of the things they need to avoid are the defensive backs being the leading tacklers and the allowing Steubenville to get sustained drives and taking time off the clock and shortening the game. So the Dover defense, to me, is the key to the game.
Yeah, there's no question. They've been playing better, according to Coach Ift, and certainly I think they're expecting them to really corral a very multifaceted Big Red offense.
And they're going to have a challenge ahead of them because Big Red's got a lot of weapons.
When you look at Steubenville, though, they're traditionally strong. The Tornadoes have given them a battle. Last time they beat them was in 2010. And I think Steubenville leads the all-time series 15-4-1. So it's been a little bit lopsided by the numbers, but yet the games have been pretty competitive over the last few years.
Well, you look at last year's game, the Tornadoes, they were down significantly going into the second half of the game and made a big comeback. They just weren't able to overcome the Big Red's offense, and it wound up being 57-45, but it was an entertaining game, to say the least.
As we look at the Big Red schedule, they beat Upper Sinclair, Morgantown, St. Joseph's from Ottawa, Canada, Boardman, and also University Prep of Pittsburgh. They're averaging about 41 points a game while giving up 17 defensively. Last week, Jacob Bernard in the backfield rushed for 225 yards against University Prep as the Big Red rolled up over 460 yards of offense on the ground. Just amazing.
Yeah, they're going to run the football. They will pass as the game dictates, but they want to run the football. And Jacob Bernard, he missed a couple of games earlier in the season, so obviously he's a welcome addition to their offense. But they have other guys that can carry the football for them and do a good job running the ball.
Yeah, the Dover Tornadoes come in at 3-2. They picked up wins over Cleveland, JFK, Lake, and Worcester, but they've been on a 2-game slide here as they lost to Akron East and also to Talmadge. So this is really kind of a game to right the ship for them.
Oh, it sure is. You've got a visiting Big Red team, number 1 in the state Division 4, number 1 in their region. The Tornadoes, they want to right the ship right now. And what better team to do it against than Steubenville Big Red? Yeah,
and the big key for the Tornadoes, I think, at least part of the reason why they might not have done as well over the last couple of weeks, they missed Dre Hess, who was out with a hamstring injury. He returned last week. He caught 14 passes for about 160 yards. So he's kind of Mr. Instant Offense when he's in the lineup.
Oh, he sure is. And you'll see them utilizing it in the backfield. They'll split him out. They'll return some footballs in the kicking game. He's their all-everything, and he's their go-to guy. So with him being healthy, it changes things for the Tornadoes on offense.
When we look at last week, Alex Sayre, Dover's quarterback, threw for a school record 64 times in one game, which is really amazing. He finished with 381 yards and 2 touchdowns, but it just wasn't quite enough to get over the hump against Talmadge.
No, and tonight with Steubenville and their ability to run the football, I don't think Dover's going to get the opportunity to throw that many times. So they're going to have to be as accurate as they possibly can be when they do throw the football, because I just don't think they're going to have as many opportunities to have the football.
On the season through the first 5 games, passing-wise, Alex Sayre, 113 completions out of 192 attempts, basically a 59% completion percentage, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. Receiving, the leading receivers are Caden Folkert and Dre Hess, each with 26 receptions and averaging about 14 yards per catch. So pretty solid passing game, as you would expect for the Dover Tornadoes. Let's move on to our injury report, brought to you by Omni Orthopedics. If you've been sidelined with an injury, get back into the game with the home team at Omni Orthopedics. With more than 30 years of orthopedic experience, their physicians offer patient-centered treatment for all ages. They're conveniently located in the Oxford Medical Building in Dover or online at omniortho.com. They love what they do, and it shows. Well, last week we could have told you about Dre Hess being a little banged up, but this week he's playing on about 1.5 legs, I think, and they want to make sure that he gets in, and doesn't overdo it so they can keep him for the rest of the season, because those hamstring injuries are a little bit difficult to deal with. So that is our injury report, brought to you by Omni Orthopedics. If you've been sidelined with an injury, get back into the game with the home team at Omni Orthopedics. They're conveniently located in the Oxford Medical Building in Dover or online at omniortho.com. They love what they do, and it shows. We'd also like to thank one of our sponsors for tonight's game. That's Complete Coating Solutions. Let us expand your energy savings with spray foam insulation. Thanks to Complete Coating Solutions. Our starting lineup brought to you by Union Hospital. They offer many programs beneficial to the community, including its very own Wound Healing Center. The center is under the direction of Dr. Adam Myers. You can make an appointment at 330-365-3880 to begin your healing. Let's take a look at the Tornado offense as the Dover Tornadoes will receive the football first. Across the line, Ward, Milburn, Smith, Blair, and Warner. Alex Sayre, the quarterback. Dre Hess, Kyler Folkert, Caden Folkert, Ethan Snyder, and Ian Sexton, the wideouts. And defensively for the Tornadoes, Jeff Bilski, Zach Hawk, Joe Brown, Kyler Dickey across the line. The linebackers, Colby Hay, Dayton Robin, Mason Stutzman, Caden Folkert, Ian Sexton, Jared Shutt, and Jackson Huttress. among the deep backs that will see time tonight. So that is a look at our starting lineup, brought to you by Union Hospital. They offer many beneficial programs to the community, including its very own Wound Healing Center. The center is under the direction of Dr. Adam Myers and provides a mix of physicians, surgeons, and strategies to heal your wound, including the safe and effective hyperbaric oxygen therapy. The doctor's referral is not necessary, so call 330-365-3880 today to begin your healing. And it's time now for our national anthem, brought to you by the Buckeye Career Center. If you're an adult looking for a new career or a high school student looking for ideas on how to start yours, check out the Buckeye Career Center, as they're in the business of preparing you for the fastest growing segments of today's job markets. Visit Buckeye Career Center at 545 University Drive Northeast in New Philadelphia, or online at www.buckeyecareercenter.org and see the many educational opportunities that Buckeye offers. Let's go down to the field for our national anthem, presented by the Dover Marching Tornadoes. That's the national anthem, brought to you by the Buckeye Career Center. If you're an adult looking for a new career or a high school student looking for ideas on how to start yours, check out the Buckeye Career Center. They're at 545 University Drive Northeast in New Philadelphia, or you can find them online at www.buckeyecareercenter.org. We'll come back with our Carpenter Heating and Cooling kickoff in a moment. Stay with us right here on TV2 Sports. The Steubenville Big Red and the Dover Tornadoes getting ready to kick it off here at Crater Stadium in Dover. The Big Red in their white road uniforms, the Dover Tornadoes in their gray ensemble. As you get a good look at the Tornadoes running out of their team helmet on the far side of Crater Stadium, across from the press box area. And of course tonight our kickoff, as always, is brought to you by Carpenter Heating and Cooling, located at 946 Cookson Avenue Southeast in New Philadelphia. Looking for year-round comfort? You can reach them at 330-308-8550 or visit them online at www.carpentercomfort.com. And Jay, tell us about the coin toss.
Well, Dover won the toss, and they will receive tonight.
So the Dover offense will be on the field first, as Ian Phillips will kick it away for the Steubenville Big Red. The Tornadoes send back Caden Folkert, is back there, along with Mason Stutzman and also Kyler Folkert. So we are ready to go. Much anticipated battle. It's been circled on the calendar since last year. A 57-45 victory for the Big Red. So Phillips ready to go. Wow, he is uniquely positioned.
I've never seen an angle that sharp.
And Phillips's kick will have to be picked up by Folkert, and he'll spin out to the 21-yard line. And that one did exactly what it needed to do. It created a little confusion.
It created some confusion, and it put the ball, you know, on the ground, so it slowed things down for the return team. And, you know, the Tornadoes now, they're starting off at their own 21. It's just like Steubenville kicked the ball into the end zone, but they have an opportunity when the ball's in the field of play like that to maybe get a turnover.
So first down and 10 for the Tornadoes. Alex Sayre drops back into the shotgun formation. In motion is Kyler Folkert to the left. He'll get the first pass. He's got positive yardage across the 25 out to the 28-yard line. And Steubenville kind of playing an umbrella tackle situation as Preston Haney makes the stop.
Now that's a play right there. It's a good play for the Tornadoes to get them started. You know, obviously they want to get the ball moving, and a 7-yard gain as a first play of the game for them is good.
So second down and 3 from their own 28-yard line, just underway here in the first quarter. 5 wideouts for the Tornadoes. Don't think we're going to see much of a running game here tonight, as the Tornadoes bring Folkert to the opposite side this time. He'll have the first down. Nice move out to the 39-yard line. A smooth gain of 11 yards, and the chains will move, and the Tornado drive is alive.
As I said before, this is what the Tornadoes need to do right out of the chute is run their offense and move the ball down the field. You know, if they can get a score early on and keep up with Big Red, they're going to have an opportunity later in the game.
And as we look out there, Dre Hess is not on the field. So there was some discussion about that earlier, and we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. And Sayre is not going to get anything out of that, as he is tackled back at the 34-yard line by Quentin Moore.
Yeah, that time they were looking for that screen out to the right, and just was covered well by Steubenville, and Quentin Moore made a sack. Now Tornadoes, you know, they're in a position where they don't want to be in, and that's second long.
Second down and 15 from their own 34-yard line. 3-man rush. They drop 8. And the Tornadoes in trouble again. Down the field, and it's incomplete. Intended there for Caden Folkert, and he was open, just overthrown.
Good job there by Alex Sayre, kind of having some patience, and Caden Folkert was able to get open. He had his man beat by several yards, just a little bit out of his reach.
And those are the types of plays Dover's going to have to try once in a while to lighten things up on the line of scrimmage, because basically Steubenville has dropped 8 players into coverage.
Yeah, Steubenville is they're obviously going to do what they can to keep the ball in front of them with Dover's passing offense.
So it'll be third down and 15. Folkert in motion, in trouble. Down the sideline, incomplete. Intended there for Pfeiffer. And it'll be fourth down. Promising drives went awry there for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, it sure did. It looked like Steubenville Big Red player jumped off sides, but he must have just missed being off sides. That would have given him 5 yards and a little shorter play on third down.
So Sayre will drop back to punt. And the quick kick done very nicely. We'll get a Dover bounce. And Gino Pirro will pick it up for the Big Red. And he will be down at the 34-yard line. Tell you what, that's playing with danger there. Boy, they didn't drop back very far for a punt.
No, they didn't, and they were lucky there to be able to pick up the football and get a bit of a return out of it. They could have been pinned, 15, 20 yards deeper than where they're at now.
So the Tornadoes going with 5 linemen, as Pirro in motion to the right side, slows down, sets 2 wideouts to the right. Jacob Bernard in the backfield. And they're going to fire the football to Pirro. And Pirro will have a gain of a couple.
Good job that time by the Dover defense. And one of the things the defense is going to have to do is gang tackle and keep those ball carries for the Big Red offense from getting extra yardage.
2nd down and 7 after the gain of 3. And penalty flag, and we'll see if it's a 5-yarder here on the Steubenville Big Red. So that'll back him up 5. And it'll be 2nd down and 12. Rolling to his left is Davis. Davis has got a man there. It's Agresta, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 50-yard line.
And you can see right here, Javon Davis had to scramble a little bit, but he found Agresta on the left side by the boundary, bobbled the football a little bit, but still was able to pick up 18 yards for the 1st down.
So the Tornadoes load the box. Davis again, this time to the outside. Another big gain. Penalty flag is down, though, at the line of scrimmage, and you've got to think that might be another procedure penalty. As that one, I believe, is going to come back. Well, let's see.
No indication yet. There we go.
Yep. So not enough men on the line of scrimmage, and that'll back them up 5. Make it 1st and 15. So the Tornadoes have the good fortune of a penalty on the Big Red. Big Red hasn't really run the football yet. I don't think either team has had a running attempt.
No, neither team has had a running attempt yet, and I'm kind of surprised that Steubenville has not run the football yet.
Yeah, Dover's given up nearly 5 yards a carry all season long, and the Steubenville Big Red won a timeout.
Well, now that the Tornadoes have, 1st and 15 situation, it's a good opportunity for them to get a 3 and out and get the football back.
So it is 0-0 so far here in the 1st quarter. 8:36 to go at Crater Stadium in Dover. Steubenville and Dover. Both teams working through their first possessions. Dover had to punt. Steubenville is moving the football, but they've shot themselves in the foot a couple of times, as we see our Lightning Signs and Decals fan cam. That, of course, brought to you by our good friends at Lightning Signs and Decals, taking the area by storm. Lightning Signs and Decals specializes in custom banners, graphics, and LED indoor-outdoor signage. You can find them at 224 7th Street in New Philadelphia, or give them a call, 330-440-3129. So 1st and 15 for the Big Red. As Pirro in motion to the right side. Davis rolling to his right. Pirro is there, drops the football, and he had a lot of room to run.
Yes, he did. I think he just took his eye off the ball and looked to see where he was going to head up the field. Here again, I'm still surprised that they have not yet run the football.
Yeah, they ran for 460 yards last week, and scouting reports said maybe they think they can pass the football more effectively. We'll see what they do now. They're in the I formation. As Davis under center. Bernard, the deep back. He's going to get his first carry. And he will bring it into Dover territory at the 48-yard line.
That's a little more of what I was expecting out of the Big Red offense. Line up in the I formation and hand the ball to the deep back and follow the fullback right in the middle of the line and just keep grinding out the yards.
So 3rd down and 8 after the gain of 7. And the Tornadoes take a timeout. They weren't quite set up the way they wanted.
Get out your white game ball tickets.
And now the Tornadoes will use a bit of a speed package defensively. And we'll see what they can do here on a 3rd down and 8 for the Big Red. A little unusual. Both teams have had to take a timeout here early in the game.
Yes, it is unusual, but it's one of those things, you know, there are certain situations, whether it's early in the game or late in the game, there are certain situations in the game that, you know, you need to take a timeout to make sure that everybody knows their assignments.
So the Tornado defense facing a tough test here, 3rd down and 8. And we'll see as you get a good look at some of the fans in the stands. Steubenville will play New Philadelphia later in the season as well, except the Quakers are on the road at Harding Stadium. I believe that might be in week 8.
I believe you're right.
Hard to believe it's week 6 of the high school football season. As Davis out of the shotgun. Looks to the outside, finds Agresta. Agresta will have the 1st down at the 39-yard line.
That time they lined up in a 3-wide formation and just threw the ball out to the farthest receiver, got some blocking from the other wideouts and picked up the 1st down.
First down and 10 for the Big Red at the Dover 39-yard line. The handoff to Bernard. Penalty flag is down. That's going to be a holding call on the Big Red. That's going to come back. Just guessing. And that will be a hold. So that'll back up the Big Red 10 yards.
One thing I noticed whenever I was getting ready for this week's game, the Big Red, they're penalized more than I thought they would be. You know, they're going to be a pretty disciplined team, but they had one game where they had 10 penalties, and you know, obviously that's going to have an effect on the play of the game and what you do on offense.
1st and 21 here for the Big Red from the midfield stripe. As Davis this time out of the shotgun. To the outside, ball is caught. And again, Johnny Agresta with the catch. And got about 10 of it back to the 40-yard line.
Just a short little hook to Agresta, but they picked up, you know, 10 yards on the play. Now they're 2nd and 11, which is obviously a lot more manageable.
Steubenville has come out with so many different looks and formations, it's got to be confusing to the Dover defense. 2nd down and 11. Out of the shotgun. A quick pass out on the flat to Pirro. And Pirro to about the 34-yard line. Gain of 6. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Big Red making it look easy right now.
And they just got another 5 yards.
5 on the Tornadoes. And that probably will be enough for the 1st down.
And those are the things that the Tornadoes have to avoid. You know,
so they'll mark off the 5, and I'm guessing the chains will move depending. Yep, they've already changed the down marker to 1st down. So it'll be the 1st down as we expected at the 29-yard line. The Big Red goes to the I formation. The handoff to Bernard. And not much there, maybe a gain of 2. And now we've got a little bit of a problem. Got quickly separated. A little chippy early on. So that'll be 2nd down and 9 after a short gain. It's kind of like a Rocky prize fight here, you know. They're going to battle till the last down in the 4th quarter. Jamal Petaway wide to the right side. Davis looks across the middle. He's got a man there. It's caught by Blackman. And Jonathan Blackman has the Big Red in good shape at the Dover 7-yard line.
You can see Davis finds Blackman just right down the hash marks, and that's the first time they've thrown the football downfield. But
1st and goal, the handoff to Bernard straight ahead. Ball's loose in the end zone, and it's going to be covered by, I think, the Big Red for a touchdown. And that recovery by number 72 of the Big Red is a lineman, Tyler Eli. How about that?
that's not something you see very often, an offensive lineman scoring a touchdown. That that was a pretty lucky roll for them.
So Ian Phillips on to try the extra point. Pirro to hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 6 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter, it is 7-0. Steubenville leading Dover, and boy, crazy bounce. Everybody had a chance there, and the Big Red lineman got there first.
Well, that's one of those lucky plays that worked out well for the Big Red. But you know, you look at that drive, they went 66 yards. They only had one play that you would say was a real spectacular play, but you know, they burnt the clock and just kept the chains moving, even though they had a couple of penalties. These are the things that the Tornadoes defense they're going to have to avoid are these sustained drives like this.
So the kickoff to come here from Ian Phillips, as Caden Folkert and Kyler Folkert will be back deep. So we'll see if he takes that extreme angle here again. And he's ready to go here. And this time the kick will be fielded by Kyler Folkert. And he is quickly brought down at about the 28-yard line, where the Tornadoes will have a second opportunity on offense.
Yeah, this is obviously not the position that the Tornadoes wanted to be in. They wanted to get that first drive going so they could score the first touchdown and make Big Red catch up to them, rather than having to try and catch up to the Big Red.
Folkert in motion to the left side. That puts quads on the left side. Sayre in trouble, gets away from some trouble. Now he's going to lob it down the sideline. They're going to have another first down. On a great play, made something out of nothing there, as Sayre completes his pass to Kyler Folkert, and the chains will move.
You can see here, Steubenville got some pressure on Alex Sayre, and they had good coverage downfield, but Kyler Folkert just kind of hung out along the sideline and made sure he was open, and picked up a nice gain.
So first down and 10 for the Tornadoes. 5:30 to go here, first quarter. In motion is Hess, and Sayre will take it straight ahead for a short gain. So Hess into the lineup for a play here. He'll stay in. sure they want to be selective with him so they can keep him for the rest of the season.
Right. I'm sure they want to use him, but they have to still be careful with him.
So 2nd down and 7 after the gain of 3. Inside, little screen, and Folkert didn't have much to go on there, as Petaway is there along with Lula to make the tackle for Big Red. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Steubenville leading it 7-0 on the Kent State University Tuscarawas scoreboard. Searle drop back into the shotgun. Across the middle, it's going to be incomplete. And it'll be 4th down.
Really, there was very good downfield coverage. Steubenville only rushed 3 down linemen, so there was 8 guys back in coverage, and there just wasn't anything open.
When you have 8 guys covering 5 receivers, I think you got it pretty well handled.
Yeah, it makes it very tough to complete a pass.
So the Tornadoes are looking like they might try and go for it, but I've got to think that they're going to kick it away. And again, Sarah will pooch punt it. And Steubenville will have its possession started about the 21-yard line. So Steubenville leading at 7-0, 3:57 to go here, first quarter. Scott Robinson and Jay Yonders with you from Crater Stadium in Dover.
Big Red takes over on its own 22.
Well, now is one of those opportunities that the Dover defense has to take, and to get a 3 and out and kind of flop the field a little bit.
Well, it looks like Dover is more prepared to stop the run, and Steubenville's come out and passed the football.
Yeah, I think Steubenville's kind of switched them up, and like you said earlier, they've come out in a lot of different looks.
1st down and 10 from the 22. Davis with the keeper. And that'll be 15 on the Tornadoes on the far sideline. Hit him out of bounds.
And it's too bad that that they hit him out of bounds, because he stopped him for very little gain.
Windy night here at Crater Stadium in Dover. Got to make sure we keep all of our papers handy. So the Tornadoes will be backed down the field 15 yards. And Steubenville will have even better field position out at the 39-yard line. First down and 10 for the Big Red. Davis rolling to his left. Blackman, the tight end, wide open. Couple of missed tackles. He's still on his feet and knocked out at about the 38-yard line. 23-yard gain on the pass play to Jonathan Blackman.
Nice job there by Big Red offense. Have a penalty, so bring it back.
So that is fortunate for the Tornadoes. Penalty occurred at about the 48-yard line after the completion, so it'll be marked off from the flag, which is sitting at about the Dover 48-yard line. So it will remain first down, but it's going to be first down and about 7.
After the penalty, that brings up 1st and 7 for Big Red.
So 1st and 7 out of the I formation. Handoff to Bernard. And the Tornadoes doing a nice job there as Dayton Robin makes the tackle, and then another penalty flag thrown. This time I think it's going to go against Steubenville. So that one will go against one of the linemen for the Big Red.
No, we've certainly had a lot of penalties for not even being through the first quarter.
So the penalty is on Aaliyah Demetris. And that will make it first in a bunch. Steubenville's going to take a timeout. So Coach Sakach wanting to talk to his team.
Fans, remember, Dover High School soccer team presents Rivals for a Cause Pancake Breakfast.
And Jay, I'll tell you what, Steubenville's just seemed a little bit out of sync right there.
They were, which again, it kind of surprises me. It's not what I've expected out of them. Number one, they've passed already 7 times for nearly 70 yards, and they've only run the ball 3 times for 16 yards. So they've, like you said earlier, they must have seen something that they thought that they could make big plays through the passing game.
Well, they've had things really in some ways under control. As you get a good look at our fan cam, brought to you by Lightning Signs and Decals in New Philadelphia. If you need signage, give them a call at 330-440-3129.
Now, I think with Big Red, the game dictates what they're going to do with the football on offense, and in this instance, they decide they're going to throw the ball more.
First down and 18. Handoff inside to Bernard. And the Tornadoes doing a nice job of keeping that play under control as it goes nowhere. It's 3rd down and 18.
This is another one of those opportunities for the Tornadoes. They got to force Big Red to punt.
So 3rd and about 17 with 3 minutes to go here, first quarter. Somebody's going to have to make a play here for the Big Red. And that one's going to be nearly intercepted, and the Tornadoes, wow, they had a couple of opportunities to snag it right at midfield. They drop it, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, at least they forced the Big Red to punt, but boy, that would have been a golden opportunity for them to get that interception right there. You can see the ball just kind of hanging there.
As Kyler Folkert will drop back to return the punt. And they'll kick it away from Folkert. And it'll go out of bounds near the 33-yard line. So it will be first down and 10 for the Tornadoes. So far, so good for the Tornadoes, as they're hanging right in there, even though Steubenville leads it 7-0.
Yeah, the Tornadoes at this point have done a pretty good job on defense, keeping that Big Red offense from getting the big play.
So first down and 10 here for the Tornadoes. See if the Tornadoes can put some offense together here. Sarah dropping back. Folkert's to the outside all by himself. Blackman can't bring him down, and now we got flags flying from everywhere, and not sure, it might not have been a face mask penalty. So I think it's going to be on Steubenville. Probably will result in a first down here for the Tornadoes. So the face mask penalty is the call. So that'll be marched off.
Well, the Tornadoes, they lined up 3 wide to the right and brought Folkert in motion and cleared out with the wideouts and just a little swing pass out to Folkert and picked up 10 yards with that penalty. Now they're in Big Red territory.
And the Tornadoes jump offside. And this has been so far a comedy of errors for both teams.
It sure has. Both of these teams are good football teams. They have obviously veteran coaches and they're having good seasons, but they've both been a little bit out of sync and too many penalties for both of them to this point.
So 1st and 15. 2:11 to go here, first quarter, and this is going to be a lengthy one because it's a lot of passing. As trips to the left for the Tornadoes. Across the middle of the screen, and that is going to go nowhere.
We've got another flag down as well.
And that could be a procedure penalty, I'm going to guess, against the Tornadoes. So it will be against the Tornadoes. This officiating crew has had their hands full already. If they refuse it, it would be 2nd down and 15. So the penalty is turned down. It's 2nd down and 15. So the Tornadoes with 1:51 to go here in the first quarter. Look to the side for the play call. Sayre looking, gets out of trouble, rolls to his left. Pass is going to be complete, but short of the first down.
Sayre's pass is complete to Dre.
So Dre Hess makes the catch. It'll be 3rd down and short.
See right here, Big Red only rushed 3 down linemen. Sayre was able to roll out, and Hess came back to the football and made a nice catch, and now they've got a short 3rd down situation.
3rd down and 3. 5 wides in the game for the Tornadoes. Sayre's going to take it himself. Now the jump pass across the middle. It's incomplete. And that pass was intended for Ian Sexton. Now it's 4th down, and I would think the Tornadoes are going to go for it here.
At this point, I don't see, I think that'd be a good idea. It's 4th and short.
The punt doesn't really do them any good.
No, it doesn't.
They tried the quick count to try and draw Steubenville off sides, but they were ready for it. So the clock running down, see if they actually are going to snap it here. And they will not, and take a timeout instead.
Timeout, Tornadoes.
So the Tornadoes try to draw Steubenville off sides. It does not work. And now they've got a decision to make. A punt, sure, you can pin them down inside of your 10-yard line maybe if it's perfect.
Yeah, if not, if you kick the ball in the end zone, you're only picking up 17 yards. And
Steubenville's been pretty efficient except for the fact of their large number of penalties.
yeah, Steubenville's just had a bunch of penalties that have really kind of kept their offense in check as much as anything. But Dover defense has done a good job of stopping the Big Red running game.
54 seconds to go here in the first quarter with Steubenville leading it 7-0 over Dover. Tornadoes are going to come out with their 5 wides. It appears that they are going to go for it. They have tried the quarterback sneak a couple of times here. As Steubenville will show 5 on the line here on 4th down. Sayre rolling. The pass is complete to Hess, and it will be a 1st down and more on the far side.
Nice job there by the Dover offense, and that was one of those situations where you utilized Dre Hess. You can see right here, Hess out on the outside, makes a nice catch and gets the ball down to about the 26-yard line. I'm sorry.
It's about, about the 26-yard line, so it's 1st down and 10. And Sayre looks to the side. So certainly they're trying to use Dre Hess in situational opportunities. They've got him in there to the left side. He'll come in motion, gets the ball, and nowhere to go down to the 25-yard line, and it's maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, try that, put him in motion, try that little pop pass, and you know, if he drops it, that's just an incompletion. But give him an opportunity to get moving, get the football, try and get outside.
Hess comes out. I think he got popped in the nose or something. He is taking a knee on the sideline. And it is 2nd down and 9 for the Tornadoes at the Steubenville 25-yard line. Sayre looks to the outside. It's got a man there, and Pfeiffer can't hang on to it. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
That's another one of those throws that looked like he just turned without taking the ball with him.
So 3rd down and 9. The Tornadoes quickly get to the line of scrimmage. With 13 seconds to go here in the 1st period. And Sayre is going to go down back at the 33-yard line. And that should be the final play here of the 1st quarter. And the clock will tick down. Steubenville leads Dover 7-0 at the end of 1. We'll come back with 2nd quarter action from Crater Stadium in a moment right here on TV2 Sports. Well, on 4th and 17, the Tornadoes will bring out Jack Danaher for a 50-yard field goal attempt. He's got the leg to do it. Good snap. Kick is up, but it's going to be short by about 5 yards.
Just got under a little too much.
So the Tornadoes took their chance. And the football will be spotted with some good field position here for the Steubenville Big Red. So we are just underway, 2nd quarter. So they will spot it at the 20.
Well, the Tornadoes felt that Danaher had a chance to get the ball through the uprights, and it would have been the same if they would have punted the ball into the end zone.
So the Big Red under center. Davis, the handoff. Nice clean run there by Caleb Mitchell into the backfield, trying to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's a little bit more of what I was expecting out of Steubenville just line up in the I formation and run the football.
Yeah, I think they've decided that might be what they want to do here, at least on a couple of plays, to see if they can test the Dover defense. But helmet on helmet. Mitchell again a carry for the first down.
Caleb Mitchell again.
About a 4-yard gain. And it's just helmet on helmet right now.
Yep, and Tornadoes only gave up 4 yards. Unfortunately, it was enough for a first down.
Mason Milburn on the tackle for the Tornadoes. A lot of the Tornado linemen going both ways here. They've changed up the lineup this week, I think specifically because of Steubenville.
I'm sure.
1st and 10. They'll come to the outside. Pirro breaks a couple of tackles and out to midfield. Jackson Huttress got him by the shoestrings.
At the time the Dover defense was playing a little soft on Pirro. Caught the football and made a nice move. Had a missed tackle and picked up another 17 yards. You know, Pirro coming into this game was their leading receiver with 12 catches. So obviously they aren't going to throw the football that much.
The handoff to Blackman, straight ahead. And a gain of about 3. 2nd down and 7.
This time they just handed the ball off to the fullback through the guard center gap and picked up 3 yards.
The Big Red have about 5 or 6 tailbacks / fullbacks that they can put in there to run the football. Caleb Mitchell now in the backfield beside Davis. Here on 2nd down and 7. Davis rolling to his left. Has a man there. It's Pirro. And Pirro has the first down at the 35-yard line.
That time Pirro just made a little quick out. Was open and made a nice catch and picked up another 12 yards. See right here.
1st down and 10. As they go back to the I formation, Blackman the fullback, Mitchell the tailback, lined up behind Davis under center. Again to Mitchell. Ball's loose, picked up by the Tornadoes. Jackson Huttress has got it. Huttress cuts inside. He's to the 20, the 10, and trips up at the 7-yard line. So what a play by Huttress. Picked up the loose football and returned it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Great job there by the Dover defense and Jackson Huttress to create a turnover, and not only create the turnover, but you can see on the replay just kind of popped loose. He was at the right spot at the right time, and
made a great cut.
Made a great cut to get the ball down to the 6-yard line.
So the Tornadoes with some offensive life here. With 9:29 to go here in this first half of action. It's 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Diesel package in for the Tornadoes. Sayre rolling. He's just got to throw it away in the end zone.
Yeah, at the time he was looking for Nathan Pfeiffer, but Big Red had him covered pretty well.
So it'll be 2nd down and goal. Tornadoes can't squander this opportunity.
No, they certainly can't. This is one of the things I felt going into the game that you know, the defense had to give the offense some opportunities. Well, here's a big one.
2nd down and goal. Sayre checks out the defense, calls the play, trips to the left. Big rush across the middle. He's got a man there, and it's going to be short of the end zone by about a yard as it's Caden Folkert. It'll be 3rd down. So 3rd and goal from the 1.
Looks like Dover's bringing their diesel package back in.
Mason Stutzman, I guess, is going to come in, and he'll be lined up behind Sayre. Maybe he'll be the deep back here. He's been pretty effective. Actually, he's going to be the middle man. And penalty flag is down, and I think the Tornadoes might have jumped early.
Yeah, I think they did. And
so that is going to back him up 5. They tried to hustle the play in and run it right away.
The center quarterback exchange was not good. They jumped. Just not a good play right there for the Tornadoes.
So the Tornadoes want to take a timeout, as they certainly want to dial up a couple of plays here that they think will be helpful.
Right. They, as you said, they certainly don't want to squander this opportunity. And it'll be interesting to see what formation they come out with here on 3rd down.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have our MEB Systems halftime report. MEB Systems serving Tuscarawas and surrounding counties. They're your flat roof specialist. Also want to thank again Complete Coating Solutions. Let them expand your energy savings with spray foam insulation. We'll be talking more about them again here at the half. So the Tornadoes with an opportunity here after a big turnover. Jackson Huttress put them in good position. And now the question is, can they cash it in? Scott Robinson and Jay Yonders with you from Crater Stadium in Dover. Big game on the schedule for the Tornadoes. They have lost 2 in a row, which is very unusual in the Dan Ift era. And it is now 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Folkert in the backfield. Sayre rolling, in trouble. The pass is going to be caught, but not enough. Maybe a gain of a yard.
Just no chance there for Folkert to catch a football and turn and head towards the goal line.
And Danaher is going to come in and try a field goal. And that will amount to about a 22-yard attempt, I believe.
22-yard field goal.
So Danaher missed one from 50 just a couple of moments ago. Good snap, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So that makes it 7-3 here with 8:05 to go in the second quarter.
Obviously, the Tornadoes wanted that touchdown, but at least they came out of that drive with some points.
That certainly keeps them in the game, without a question.
It does.
And really, it's a big help for their confidence.
Yeah, they got a good play on defense, and they were able to convert for the field goal. Like I said, certainly they would have liked that touchdown, but any points will do right now.
They just need to hold Steubenville here before halftime. They can't really afford to give up a cheap touchdown here before the half.
No, they can't. And to this point, they have kept Steubenville from getting that big play.
Not sure what Steubenville is thinking about here, but they've got their return men clear up at the 18-yard line. Danaher can easily get it to the goal line. So Danaher ready to go. Maybe they think he's going to spot kick it here. And that one is going to go into the end zone.
He's going to spot kick it to the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know why they were so hot on an onside kick attempt there, but that seemed to be the way they were setting up anyway.
Well, I guess, because of Danaher's leg and his ability to kick it in the end zone, you know, they figure maybe that's what he's going to do. But if he's going to try and spot kick it, we want players in place to make sure that the ball does not hit the ground and give Dover the football.
You know, they certainly had an opportunity there just to dump it down in about the 15-yard line. It had been a foot race between the return men and the Tornadoes. But, you know, obviously making them start at the 20-yard line is not a bad option either.
No.
Straight ahead for the Big Red, and that is Petaway. Check it is 28, not or 29, not 28. That is Tavon Montgomery. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 after the gain of 4. Out of the I formation. Handoff inside to Blackman. And he'll slip past a couple of tackles and have the first down at the 31-yard line.
A little fake pitch and give the ball to Blackman, the fullback, and you know, picked up 7 yards. Not a huge gain, but they moved the chains again.
So 1st down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Davis under pressure. And Davis will run out of bounds after a gain of about 4. And it'll be 2nd down. Nice crowd on hand tonight. Steubenville always travels well, and the Dover fans anxious to see this ball game.
Yeah, they sure are. You know, these are 2 very good football teams, and you know, it's going to be an entertaining game.
2nd down and 7. Handoff straight ahead. Again, it's Tay Montgomery. And another 1st down.
Yeah, Tavon Montgomery picked up carried the football and picked up another 8 yards, and they're starting to, you know, they went from picking up 1 and 2 yards to 4 and 5 yards. Now they're picking them up in 7, 8 yard, 10-yard chunks.
So 1st down and 10 for the Big Red. 6:22 to go here in the half. Davis has got some room to run. Instead, he's going to pass it. Agresta keeps in bounds and is stopped at the 26-yard line. So a nice pass play by Davis to Agresta, as Dayton Robin making the tackle for the Tornadoes. And the Big Red ready to go again here as we're midway through this 2nd quarter. Week 6 of the high school football season. Steubenville and Dover out of the I formation. Bernard the deep back. Davis rolling to his left. It's going to be overthrown and intercepted by Sexton.
Good job there by Sexton.
And penalty flag goes down. So it'll start at the 20, but where it'll go from there, I'm not yet sure. Not sure, didn't see what exactly happened down there in the corner. It almost would have had to been a something that might have been said, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I missed it.
So dead ball foul against the Tornadoes. And that will move them half the distance to the goal, which puts the ball on the 10-yard line, but they will have the possession with 5:46 to go. I'm not sure why Steubenville thinks they have to go for the big play. They were just tearing up big chunks of yardage.
Yeah, I don't know, unless they thought maybe they could catch the Dover secondary sleeping. I don't know, but Dover had very good coverage. They put some pressure on the quarterback, and
seen a great effort by the Dover defense here in this one so far. They are really playing well. Get a good look at Alex Sayre. Hess had a noticeable limp. I don't know if you could see it in the motion there, that he simply is not 100%, not anywhere close.
No, he's not. And
He's more of a decoy right now, I think.
yeah, he's only had 2 plays so far tonight. You wonder, you know, how much now they will use him.
Sarah takes the snap. They swing it out. And I believe it was Folkert with the catch.
Yeah, that play where they're putting Folkert in motion and throwing that swing pass to him has been open tonight for the Tornadoes. And you know,
I think the Big Red's willing to give up that play as opposed to letting the big play down the field.
right there, they don't want to get beat deep, so they're giving up the short throws. But Tornadoes, if they can continue those short throws and just work the ball down the field.
Now it's 3rd and 2. If the middle of the field is open here, you know, that gives Sarah a chance to just take it himself. Instead, they're going to pass it. Pfeiffer's got it, and the first down at the 24-yard line. Gain of 7. 1st and 10, Tornadoes.
Pfeiffer just sat in between 2 defenders and made a nice catch, picked up 7, and you know, those 8, 7, 10-yard gains, that's going to work.
1st down and 10 for the Tornadoes at their own 25-yard line. Steubenville leading at 7-3. Close game. Certainly not the wild shootout they had last season. Hess comes into the backfield. He'll get the carry. And down at the 29-yard line after a gain of 4.
That time, Big Red blitzed a couple of outside linebackers, and Hess just ran past the outside linebacker and picked up 4 yards.
So 2nd down and 6 here for the Tornadoes. As Sayre drops back into the shotgun. Dover has run that exclusively here against the Big Red tonight. Penalty flag is down, pass is overthrown, and that's in the area of holding, so that's going to take the Tornadoes back even farther. Certainly is in that general area. And we'll see what the call is. Oh, personal foul against Steubenville.
Wow.
So that'll be an automatic 1st down. Not sure what might have happened there. Well, that's a big chunky yardage. And the Tornadoes have it at the 44-yard line. They'll take the yardage any way they can get it.
Yeah, they sure will.
Sayre drops back across the middle. Folkert, and he takes a big hit at the 47-yard line.
That time, Big Red blitzed a couple linebackers, so they were rushing 5 against Sayre. He got rid of the ball quickly to Folkert.
And he met Quentin Moore up close and personal.
But they picked up 3 yards.
2nd down and 7. In motion is Folkert, and movement along the line. And I'm not sure what the discussion is every time that there's a penalty. It becomes pretty obvious, as it was a 5-yarder against Steubenville.
I'm just really surprised by all the penalties against Steubenville.
Steubenville has not played like a #1 team tonight.
No, they certainly have not.
I think the Tornadoes might be frustrating them a little bit as much as anything, as the Big Red calls the timeout. And I got a feeling Coach Sakach is not very happy with the way his team is playing right now.
No. You know, they've been able to move the ball somewhat against Dover, but the Dover defense has done a good job really shutting down their offense.
And there's another Lightning Signs and Decals fan cam. Lightning Signs taking the area by storm. You can find custom signs, banners, graphics, and LED indoor-outdoor signage at their storefront at 224 7th Street in New Philadelphia, 330-440-3129. Also want to thank our friends at the J&G Grill for their sponsorship of our replays. Your post-game stop for homemade food and friendly company.
I think the Dover offense now, they're starting to move the football and figuring out this Big Red defense. And I think if they, you know, if Big Red's going to give them those short passes, they may as well take them.
So it'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Tornadoes. 2:45 to go here, first half. Hess in motion. He'll get the carry again. Slips one tackle, has the first down at the 41-yard line.
Nice play there by the Tornadoes. Pick up the first down with Hess rushing the football. You can see he got a real nice hole in the left side of the line, and they're gonna use him when they need him.
Yeah, that young man is still not healthy.
No.
First down and 10 for the Tornadoes at the 41-yard line. Sayre will take it himself. Gain of 2 as Quentin Moore makes the stop for the Big Red. 2nd down and 8.
That time, Big Red had 3 down linemen, and that was a designed run by Sayre. He was just looking for a hole in the left side, trying to get to the second level.
Tornadoes in pretty good shape here. Chance to take the lead if they can punch this one in. They just have not had anybody really open downfield. Sayre, as I say it, there it was, and it's incomplete. As Caden Folkert couldn't quite hang on to it, it'll be 3rd down and 8.
That time Steubenville did rush 5, but they've been rushing 3 a lot. And, you know, with having 8 guys in coverage, it's tough to find the open man.
Minute 40 to go here in the second quarter. It's been a pass fest for the most part. Sayre looks to the outside and just nobody turned and looked. Obviously they had 2 Tornado receivers in the same spot, which I don't think is the way that play was supposed to work.
No, they had 2 in the same spot plus 3 defenders all right around them. So that one just didn't look good.
4th down. And the Tornadoes appear that they're going to go for it. They've got some time to decide what they plan to do here. I got to think they're going to kick it, and they do. And they get a Tornado roll down to the 1-yard line. So nice job by Sayre to pooch it down to the 1-yard line. And we'll see if Steubenville wants to get greedy or maybe just run the ball a couple of times to get to the locker room.
Yeah, with 1:25 left, I don't know that you want to get too outrageous because you are at your own half-yard line.
So 1st down and 10 for the Big Red. See what the Big Red decide to do. Not much room to work with from the 1-yard line. Davis is going to fire it. He's going to throw it long, and it's going to be incomplete.
Got a little pump fake.
Alec Taylor, the intended receiver on that play.
Well overthrown.
Claim your magic tickets on the stairs to the press box on the scoreboard side.
So 2nd down and 10. The I formation this time for the Big Red. The handoff and the carry out to about the 9-yard line. As it'll be 3rd down and 2. Handoff to Mitchell, and he'll have, actually it's Montgomery this time. He's got the 1st down.
They shuttle so many players in and out.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track. And the play to Agresta. And down to 35 seconds to go.
Just went 4 wide that time and threw to the left side. Trying to get Agresta out in space and maybe break one off.
Across the middle of the field, it's incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Third down and 3. To the outside. The 1st down is there. With 15 seconds to go. I'm not sure what sense this is really making offensively. They really aren't going downfield any, and there's not a lot of time remaining.
I think at this point I would just run the football and head to the locker room.
And the Tornadoes dropping way back. Pirro will get out of bounds with about 7 seconds to go. Dover's got players 25, 30 yards off the line of scrimmage. So I'm not sure what they're going to be able to call that's going to make a difference here at this point.
Yeah, the Tornadoes are not going to allow Steubenville to get a cheap score off them late in the 1st half.
So it could very well be the final play here of the 1st half of action. Davis is going to take it himself. And of course, he's got 2 seconds to go. 61 yards to play for a touchdown. Best they can hope for at this point is just throw it down the field as far as you can and see what happens.
Yeah.
Or they could take a knee, one of the two. Somehow I don't think that's in the vocabulary.
No, with what we've seen to this point, I don't think so.
So Davis will take the snap and drop back. Dover rushing just 3. It's incomplete, and we're at halftime. 7-3, Steubenville leads it over the Dover Tornadoes. Pretty good 1st half of football for the Dover Tornadoes, as they are very much in this ball game with Steubenville. We'll come back, have our MEB Systems halftime report in a moment. Stay with us here on TV2 Sports. We've got a close one at halftime as Steubenville leading the Dover Tornadoes 7-3. And as always, we'd like to thank our sponsors. And one of those sponsors tonight is Complete Coating Solutions. Let us expand your energy savings with spray foam insulation. Give Complete Coating Solutions a call and accomplish that today. So as we move on here at halftime with our halftime report brought to you by MEB Systems, serving Tuscarawas and surrounding counties. They're your flat roof specialist. Give them a call today or visit their website at mebsystems.com. So, Jay, I'll tell you what, pretty good first half of action for the Dover Tornadoes. Their defense played well enough to hold Steubenville, a high-powered offense, to just 7 points.
Yeah, the Dover defense has done a great job, both against the run and against the pass, from giving up that big play. And they've put themselves in a position the second half where they're close, and that's all you can ask for. The coaching staff has to be pretty happy with how things have gone.
Well, Coach If told me one of his last points to me before he went back to the locker room was the fact that they want to be in this game in the fourth quarter, and then anything can happen.
Exactly, and we'll see how the third quarter goes, but they've put themselves in a position for that.
So let's take a look at the first half statistics.
The Tornadoes did not run the ball very often, so they've consequently only picked up 5 yards on the ground, but passing, they were 13 of 21 for 98 yards for a total of 103, and they did not turn the ball over. Steubenville rushed for 75. They were 11 of 17 passing for 141 yards and 216 total, but they did have an interception and a fumble for 2 turnovers.
So pretty even first half. Steubenville shot itself in the foot a couple of times with the turnovers. Dover got a field goal out of the 1 turnover. And certainly that return by Jackson Huttress was terrific. That really gave him some momentum.
That's obviously what gave the Tornadoes their points. And the other thing for Steubenville, they shot themselves in the foot with penalties. And Dover had a few penalties of their own, but Steubenville had several more. Those things are going to have to change in the second half. That's could have a huge bearing on what happens this half.
So that is our halftime report brought to you by MEB Systems, serving Tuscarawas and surrounding counties. They're your flat roof specialist. Give them a call today or visit their website at mebsystems.com. Steubenville is going to receive the second half kickoff. And Jay, we saw them do a number of things, but the one thing that surprised us is they passed the ball a lot more than they ran the ball.
I expected them to come in here and keep the ball on the ground, maybe pass 12 to 15 times. Well, they've already done that in the first half. They picked up, 145 yards passing, and that's. I don't think Dover was expecting that either. But Dover has done a great job of shutting down the Big Red rushing game.
So the teams are out of the locker room, ready to go, and that means it is time for our second half kickoff. Brought to you by Carpenter Heating and Cooling, located at 946 Cookson Avenue Southeast in New Philadelphia. Looking for year-round comfort, you can reach them at 330-308-8550 or online at www.carpentercomfort.com. So as we look at the second half, Jay, what are you expecting out of the Tornadoes?
I really think on offense they need to keep throwing those short passes. Those little swing passes to Fulker have been pretty successful. Steubenville's giving that to them, and they've been able to pick up 7, 8, 9 yards each time they've completed that pass. So I think if they can do that and move the ball down the field, here again they put themselves in a position to be there in the fourth quarter.
So we're just about ready to go here as the Tornadoes will kick off right to left on your screen. They will kick toward the bandshell end of Crater Stadium. Scott Robinson and Jay Yonders with you. As the Tornadoes' Jack Denneher will kick it away. So Denneher will get the football. And coming up next weekend, we have, Jay, I believe Zanesville at New Philadelphia.
Yes, we do it. Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium.
Jamal Pettaway back deep for Steubenville to receive the kick from Danaher. This time the Big Red drop back. And another huge kick that's going to go into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Denver's kick goes into the end zone for a touchback.
So that certainly is a solid weapon.
It sure is. Now you've got Steubenville starting off on their own 20-yard line, and here again, it's another opportunity for the Dover defense to stop that Big Red offense and get the ball back for the Tornado offense and see what they can do.
So first down and 10 here for the Steubenville Big Red. Javon Davis has been at the controls. Agresta is wide to the left side. And the handoff straight ahead to Montgomery. And Montgomery will gain about 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Good job there by Jackson Huttress and Mason Stutzman to make the stop and only give it up 3 yards on the play.
So Steubenville comes out with a stacked I formation. And the handoff again to Montgomery. And this time, not much there, as Montgomery will carry it to the 27-yard line. And first injury is Jeff Bilski at the bottom of the pile to make the stop.
Good job there by Dover defensive line to make that stop. It looks like the Big Red want to try running the football to start the second half, and Dover's defense has been up to the task.
One of the linemen having trouble with a cramp situation, as it's Ethan Waugh that is having some issues, and they're trying to get him straightened out. Those big fellows takes a while to get them loosened up. And, it's not that chilly of a night.
No, this is a good night for football. A little bit of a breeze, and it's not hot. It's a good night for a good football game.
So the Big Red will come back out on the field here. As it'll be third down and 3. The Tornadoes really revamped their lineup in hopes of slowing down the Steubenville Big Red offense, which has been averaging about 41 points a game through the first 5 weeks of the season. Davis to the outside. It's going to be short. It'll be fourth down. What a play out there by the Tornadoes.
That was Braxton Ubel making the stop, and Johnny Agresta from Big Red made the catch, but was not able to pick up the 3 yards required for the first down. So Dover defense, good job right there.
Well, Coach Sakach is, I'm sure, going to go for it here. A little bit surprising, but yet everybody in tight. Davis, the pitch. Montgomery's got it. And the chains will move.
Just a quick pitch out to Montgomery to the left side and got him outside. Picked up 5 yards for the first down.
It's a gutsy call, but you believe in your team, you got to go for it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I am truly, I'm glad this game is close. This has been a great game.
It sure has, and you got to give credit to that Dover defense.
First down and 10 for the Big Red. Montgomery straight ahead, not much there. Gain of maybe 3. Tornado defense is performing very well here at this stage.
Yeah, they've been slowing down this Big Red rushing game, and like you said earlier in the game, I think it frustrated Steubenville a little bit.
Second down and 7. Montgomery again, the pitch to the right side. Penalty flag comes down, and that I suspect is going to go against the Big Red with a holding call.
That one was pretty obvious because the officials didn't have to have a conference to talk about it.
Yeah, the white hat said, I got this one. And it'll mark him off from about the 35-yard line. So they will mark it at the 25-yard line. And that is 2nd and 19. So Davis this time out of the shotgun. Rolling to his left. Has a man wide open. And it's incomplete. As Pirro couldn't hang on to it.
Got in between the Dover defenders in that zone defense and just couldn't hang on to the football.
And you know, Jacob Bernard, now he's coming into the game, but he has not played very much.
No, he hasn't. Just don't understand him.
He had 225 yards last week, and he's only carried the ball a handful of times.
Last year he had over 1,300 yards rushing.
So it's 3rd down and 19. Davis loads it up, gets to the outside, and Zane will make the catch. And that'll bring up 4th down and 11. So with 9:07 to go here in this 3rd quarter, the Big Red are going to have to punt it away. And Kyler Folkert will drop back to receive the kick. Bad snap. Steubenville can't pick it up, and the Tornadoes have the football. A great job by Dover, and that time a misplay on special teams. And the Tornadoes set up nicely at the Steubenville 23-yard line.
The snap bounced back to Davis, and he tried to pick it up and punt, but when he was trying to pick it up, he looked up and bobbled the football, and Dover was able to drop him for a 10-yard loss.
Jared Shutt there to make the play for the Tornadoes. 1st down and 10, Dover at the Steubenville 23-yard line. Lola showed a blitz, and Sayre picked it up. Now they'll reset the play here. They've got 10 seconds on the play clock. 1st down and 10. Hess lines up behind Sayre, and he'll carry it inside the 20 to the 19-yard line for a gain of 4.
Still looks like Hess is limping a little bit.
So 2nd and 6, clock rolling, 8:40 to go here, 3rd quarter. Scott Robinson and Jay Yonders with you from Crater Stadium in Dover. Steubenville leading at 7-3, but Dover on the move. The pitch inside to Sexton. Sayre got nailed. Sexton got it away, and it'll be a 1st down for the Tornadoes at the 11-yard line.
The Big Red blitzed from the out, both right and left side, and a little pop pass to Sexton, and got past that linebacker and picked up a nice gain of about 8 yards.
So 1st and 10 from the 11. Tornadoes with trips to the right. Cooper Smith is out there along with Sexton and Hess. In motion is Folkert to the right side. And that is an offsides on Steubenville. So things coming a little apart here for the Big Red.
Yeah, they've the first half of this 3rd quarter, they've not done much at all.
if you really think about it, they haven't done a tremendous amount on offense throughout the whole game.
They have not. They have not. Not what they've done in the previous 5 games this year.
Dover might be the best team they've played in the first 6 games.
Well, they've certainly
one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Tornadoes are prepared, no question about it, as it's 1st and goal from the 5. Sayre will take it himself, and he'll fight for a couple of yards.
Nice job there by Sayre. That was a designed run. All the linemen blocked down and created a bit of a hole, and he was able to pick up about 3-4 yards on the carry. And
so Tornado's going to bring in the heavy hitters here. Second down and 2 from the 3-yard line. Stacked eye, the handoff to the outside. And not much there. Might have even lost a yard. As Kyler Folkert really had nowhere to go.
Nope. That time Big Red pretty much had him covered up.
So it'll be 3rd down and 2. They can make a 1st down without scoring. And we're going to have a timeout here, Steubenville. They didn't like what they had lined up, so they will take a timeout. And yeah, I've been very impressed with the Tornadoes. They just have come out here this quarter and decided we're going to try and take advantage of this mistake and put a touchdown on the board.
And that's what I was talking about before the game. The defense needs to provide some opportunities for the offense, and they've done that.
Certainly they're within field goal range, no question about that. But I think this close, I think they want a touchdown. As we see another lightning signs and decals band cam. So the Tornadoes talking about the plays they want to run here, if they want to run 2 in a row. And Steubenville trying to figure out what defense they can set up that will keep Dover out of the end zone and maybe from getting a 1st down. So Sayre will have it as they will stack the eye of receivers to the right side. They will bunch him up. A lot of room wide to the right. Sayre's going to take it himself, and he'll have the 1st down, I believe, but he's just short of the touchdown.
Obviously, they would have liked to have the touchdown, but now they've got 4 downs from the 1-yard line.
So as long as they can hold on to the football, you would think they've got a pretty good shot here, taking the lead in this ball game.
This is a huge opportunity for them.
So 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. The triple stack.
And another penalty on the Big Red.
They can only get 2 feet. I don't think, maybe not even that.
No.
This time they're going to say it's on the Tornadoes.
Wow. There must have been a flinch because I saw middle Big Red defensive line make contact with the center.
So, boy, the Tornadoes were so close. That's a critical penalty right there.
It sure is. And I was just getting ready to say the Tornadoes need to be careful that they don't have an illegal procedure penalty against them.
The Tornadoes come out in the triple stack. The handoff to Folkert, and that's not going to get it done.
No,
that simply is not going to get it done. Steubenville's defense is just too good for that. So the Tornadoes will spread the field here on 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Dover likes to check back. Sometimes they get a little tip off as to what defense the Big Red is going to use or where the blitzes might come from. Sayre's going to take it himself, and there's no room there either.
Well, that Big Red defense is definitely stiffened up here the last couple of plays.
Tornadoes just have not found any cracks in the Steubenville defense, and that 5-yard illegal procedure penalty is looming very large right now.
It sure is. I think that time with the 3 down linemen.
So here we go, 3rd down and goal.
They thought they might be able to run in the middle, but Steubenville's too fast, too quick.
Sayre looks across the middle to the outside. Touchdown, Dover! Folkert with the catch from 6 yards out. There is a penalty flag down, so let's wait before we put that on the board. And some complaining going on. I'm going to guess it might be a personal foul against Steubenville. So it is, in fact, a penalty against Steubenville, so the touchdown will stand. They did a nice job. They just waited in that corner. The timing was just perfect.
Yeah, there was good patience there by Alex Sayre. Obviously, they.
So the penalty will be marched off on the kickoff. So Dover already can put it in the end zone from the 35. Now they're going to be basically almost in Steubenville territory now. All right, with 4:41 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Dover with the lead. An extra point attempt on its way, and that is good. So Dover comes up with a big touchdown and takes the lead at 10-7 here with 4:41 to go in the 3rd quarter. Big drive for the Tornadoes there.
It sure was, and this is what the Tornadoes wanted to do coming out in the second half. And they got a nice drive. They got a special teams play, and they've been able to capitalize on Steubenville's mistakes, which against a team like Steubenville they have to.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to point out. Their 22-yard field goal by Danaher came after a fumble, and then a misplay by the special teams leads to this touchdown, and Dover's on top. And Steubenville's offense really has not moved the ball very effectively at all tonight.
No, they really haven't. I still don't understand why they're not using Bernard more running the football. But the Dover defense has done a great job against that running game of Steubenville.
Dover and New Philadelphia usually represent themselves pretty well against Steubenville, and that is certainly the case tonight. And I'm sure New Philly will put on a great performance here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that the coaching staff will be looking at this film pretty intently at Steubenville and what Dover did to them on defense.
So from the 40-yard line, the ball will be spotted on the 45 of Steubenville, where the Tornadoes will kick off. I would guess if Danaher wanted to, he could put it at least on top of the band shell. I'm not sure what they're going to do here, if they just want to kick it through the end zone or if they want to try and put a play on, pin him deep. Really, there's some options here.
One of the things that when I was looking this week, Steubenville was going to be watching for from Dover was an onside kick.
And that, I'm not sure what that really puts them on the 20-yard line. They only gained 25 yards.
Yeah.
Steubenville, though, has a dangerous return game, so I'm sure they didn't want to give them any chances to run one back here either.
No, and right now, obviously Dover's got the momentum, and they don't want to do anything to lose that momentum.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Big Red. as Davis will be under center. Bernard now the deep back in the I formation. Zane in motion to the right side. The handoff to Bernard off the left side, and suddenly the Big Red gets pumped up, and Bernard carries it for 8 yards.
And this is more of what I would expect out of them. Obviously they're only down by 3 points right now. It's late in the third quarter. They've got plenty of time. I figure they'll keep the ball on the ground.
2nd down and 2 out of the I formation again. Bernard, the handoff straight ahead for another 1st down. So that will move the chains. And you and I both debated this all night. Why didn't they run this offense all along? I think that would have been their best effort, their best bet.
I think so.
1st and 10 here for the Big Red. As Davis is going to go to the pass. And it's complete as Agresta will have it at the 42-yard line.
That time Davis rolled out and found Agresta on the right in between a couple of Dover defenders in that zone defense. And,
Well, I think you've got to mix it up some. You can't just run the football.
No, because Dover's defense has done a good job stopping the run. So, like you say, you do have to mix it up. But
out of the I, Bernard, the handoff over the left side. Keeps his feet moving. Dayton Robin was there. Also in there was Jackson Huttress up from his safety spot. It'll be 2nd down and 4 after the gain of 6. 3:10 to go here, 3rd quarter. From Crater Stadium in Dover, the Tornadoes leading Steubenville 10-7. Bernard off the left side. Has some running room. The 1st down and more at the 38-yard line. So a nice gain by Bernard as we get another look at the J&G Grill replay.
See a good block there by the fullback, and Bernard just picks up a quick 11 yards.
1st down and 10 for Steubenville at the Dover 38. Bernard again, straight ahead. Tough yards down to the 35-yard line for a gain of 4. It's really in the trenches right now is where it's going to be decided.
It sure is, and the Dover defensive line, they've been doing pretty well all evening, but this is gut check time.
2nd down and 6 for the Big Red. Out of the I formation. Again, Bernard falls down. And looked like he might have twisted his ankle. It felt kind of awkwardly.
Yeah, that didn't look good when he tried to make that cut.
And it will be 3rd down and 6.
I'm not sure what his injury was that kept him out of a couple ball games.
So 3rd down and 7 with 1:35 to go here, 3rd quarter. Davis rolling to his right, has a couple of men open. Instead, he's going to cut it upfield. He's going to be short, and it'll be 4th down. As Bilski is there along with Dayton Robin.
Nice job by those 2 Dover defenders to stop Davis for no gain.
So 4th down and 6. The Big Reds showing they're going to go for it here from the 36-yard line. You got to think it's going to be some kind of rollout, and now the Big Red will take a timeout. So they punted the wrong way. It looks like So we have a timeout on the field here. And see some fans. Chilly night. Another lightning signs and decals. Fan cam. Some of the fans waving. They'll get home and see the replay and look, I'm on TV, right? So 4th down.
Now they also realize that they got to see a pretty good football game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be a big call here on both sides. Give Coach Sukoch credit here. He's going to go for it, we think, anyway. Here with 4th down and 6 with 50 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. The amount of time they take up on offense, certainly there are not going to be too many more opportunities here in the 4th quarter.
No, there's not. I thought Steubenville initially called a timeout. In my mind, I'm thinking that they must feel that they're not going to have too many more opportunities, so they want to make sure they get this, convert on this 4th down.
So here we go. It's not the ball game, but it's certainly a big play here on 4th down and 6. As Davis out of the shotgun takes the snap, looks to the outside, has a man there, and the tackle's going to be made by the Tornadoes. Dover will get the football back.
Quick pass out to the left. Davis, a little bit of a bobble there, and you see Dover defenders stopping the receiver before he can get to the 1st down. Now the Tornadoes have another opportunity. The defense.
Nice job there by Anthony Giamo, number 18, got over there.
The defense is giving the offense another opportunity, and that's what they have to continue to do.
So 1st down and 10 for the Tornadoes with 43 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And this is where I think it hurts them. They don't have a running game.
Yeah, the Tornadoes just have not run the ball much all season.
Sarah to the outside. There would be argument that is as good as a run. But a gain of just actually a loss of about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 13.
Yeah, that, like you say, that is about like a run in the Dover offense. Obviously, that time Steubenville had it covered very well, but Dover may be able to run something off that and catch Steubenville sleeping in the secondary.
Tornadoes wouldn't have to run a play here, and I don't think they will. I think they're just going to let the 3rd quarter expire, as it will be 10-7 as we head into the 4th quarter. Coach Dan F. gets his wish for the Tornadoes. They're going to have a chance in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and watch this one to the finish here in just a moment on TV2 Sports. Getting ready for the 4th quarter of action. Dover leading at 10-7 to start the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 13 as the Tornadoes have the football. And the Tornadoes trips to the right. Steubenville's done a pretty good job keeping an eye on the middle of the field, and that pass skipped. Incomplete there. That's a long throw for the quarterback that far across the field.
It sure is.
3rd down and 13. It's like the Tornadoes have been afraid to get down the field. They've been dinking and dunking it, here and there, but they've not really picked up any large chunks of yardage.
No, they really haven't. And with Big Red secondary, having 8 guys back in coverage, it's made it tough to go downfield.
Sayre across the middle has got his man, but Sexton had nowhere to go. It's going to be short of a 1st down, and it'll be 4th down.
They had that same look with Folkert for a swing pass and hit Sexton across the middle. But they still have about 7 yards to go for the first down.
So I've got to think that Tornadoes are going to punt it. I would be stunned if they did anything else other than that. I think there's a problem with the 25-second clock maybe. So there's conference. I'm going to guess they're going to put some maybe time back on the clock.
Game clock to 11:28. 11:28.
So they'll put a little more time on the clock, and we'll be ready to go. And it appears there's going to be another quick kick, and that is the case. And the ball rolled out about the 23-yard line. So Steubenville will have another long field.
That time, Steubenville did not have anybody back to receive that punt. Dover got a pretty good roll out of it.
They'll take their chances on a long field tonight.
Yeah, I think in that situation that was a pretty good idea.
First down and 10 for the Big Red. Ball on their own 22-yard line. Out of the I formation. The pitch to Bernard around the right side. And he's got good yardage out across the 35-yard line. Big carry, big chunk of 13, 14 yards. And the Big Red on the move.
Yeah, that's obviously not what the Tornadoes wanted on a first down play with Steubenville down at their own 23-yard line.
So out of the I formation, first and 10 from the 37. Bernard again. The Steubenville offensive line starting to assert itself a little bit.
The Tornadoes are rotating guys in and out. That defensive front and the linebackers trying to keep guys fresh. But on that play, Steubenville's offensive line got a good push.
So a 7-yard gain, second down and 3. As the Big Red on the move. Handoff to the first back through, and that is Blackman. He'll have the first down at the 48-yard line of the Tornadoes. It's like somebody lit a fire under the Steubenville Big Red right now.
Well, I think they realize they're in a battle.
The handoff to Bernard. Another big gain. And that'll be close to another first down. Maybe they wanted to save him for late in the game. I'm not sure why they didn't do this earlier.
Yeah, he's been picking up yardage in big chunks this drive.
I think Steubenville finally woke up and realized they were in a game. I think you're right about that. Out of the I formation. Bernard, the deep back, he'll take the pitch. Around the left side, trips down, penalty flag is down. And where that goes, that is usually a holding. And that will back him up.
Well, I think Steubenville had enough success in the first half passing the football. You know, they were 11 of 14. They decided they were going to, utilize the passing game, but they've shown right here that they've been able to run the football this drive
So 1st and 20 for the Big Red as Pirro in motion to the right. He's going to get the pass, and he is going to have nowhere to go as the Tornadoes are there. So the Dover Tornado defense playing well.
Yeah, Caden Folker came up from his corner spot and laid the wood on Piero.
So it'll be 2nd down and 20 after no gain. Pirro and Agresta come wide to the left side. Blackman in motion to the right. Out of the shotgun is Davis. Across the middle, he's got a man in the seam, and it's incomplete. Dropped there by Blackman. And that pass was wide open.
Blackman had a couple of steps on that play and just wasn't able to haul the ball in.
That'll make it 3rd down and 20. A well-designed play. The execution couldn't have been better except at the end when it was dropped.
Yep.
Good fortune for the Tornadoes here. They lead it 10-7 on the Kent State Tuscarora scoreboard. Davis, little drop pass, blocked there by the offensive or defensive line, I should say, as that was Zach Hawk who got a big mid up there to knock it away.
Great
and it's
job.
4th down.
Great job. They were trying to set up a screen, but Zach Hawk was able to get his hand up there and knock the ball down. That was a huge play right there.
So on 4th down and 20, Steubenville is showing they might go for it here, but I got to think they're going to go with the pooch punt just like Dover does.
Dover is expecting a pooch punt. They've got Kyler Folkert deep.
And that is what they are going to get. Only they're going to have to let it go. And that is going to be stopped at about the 1-yard line.
Good job there by the Big Red punt team to down the ball on Dover's 1-yard line. That was a good punt because Folkert just did not have an opportunity to try and pick it up off the bounce and if nothing else, keep the ball from going any further in Dover territory.
Well, now the Tornadoes, let's see how they opt to run this series to get some room to maneuver.
Yeah, you know, we talked a little bit about they don't run the football all that much, and they haven't run it that well tonight, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. It looks like they're going to come out with their diesel package.
Steubenville has handled that pretty well. I'm not sure that anybody but Sarah is going to get it here for this. Now, what do we have now?
Reset the 25-second clock.
Okay, so now it's rolling. Sarah's going to take it himself, just try to get a few yards. They've got to get a little room to run. I don't think you want to give the football to a guy that's 7 yards deep in the end zone.
No, you don't. You don't want to give it to him. You don't want to take that time for him to get to the football. That time there was a bit of a hole between the guard and the tackle, and then Sarah just was able to punch it through there for a couple of yards to get him a little breathing room.
It's amazing how much that 2 or 3 yards difference it makes. As the Tornadoes will spread the field here with the 5 wide out formation. Clock rolling, 8:20 to go here in the ball game. Coming up following the game, we'll have our post-match, post-game wrap-up, and then also our McDonald's MVP announcement. So another nice game, and it will be 3rd down and 3.
That time just a design run by Sayre, and they're just trying to get themselves a little bit of room, and with the 5 wides, they spread the Big Red defense out across the field.
It's been almost like the 5 wide has been a decoy all night to a certain extent.
It has. Dover moved, and that's something they cannot do.
They get Steubenville on the ropes, and then they turn around and make another mistake. And those are the things that have got to be cleaned up.
You know, they had 3rd and 3. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. And, you know, a couple plays to get themselves a little bit of breathing room, and they just lost it right there.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do is make a big mistake here.
No.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, 7:43 left in the contest. As Sayre out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Quick pass across the middle, and Pfeiffer got hit hard right about the 7-yard line, and it'll be 4th down.
Big Red was bringing 5 guys, and Sayre was just trying to make a quick pass to Pfeiffer, slanting across the middle, but wasn't able to make the connection.
So 4th down. This time Sayre will punt from a little more conventional formation. And that punt is going to go out of bounds at about the 25, 26-yard line in that neighborhood, and Steubenville has a short field. So Steubenville, with 7.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter, has great field position. And now they're going to move it even closer at the 24-yard line.
Check that, the 24-yard line.
That penalty on the Tornadoes on 3rd down really hurt them.
So the Big Red comes out in the I formation. And the fumble. Quick reaction by Davis, gets it to Blackman, and they still turn it into positive yardage. Well, that ball just bounced right back practically into his hands. It was right there at his feet.
Yeah, that couldn't have bounced any better, and they were able to make something out of nothing.
2nd down, the handoff to Bernard inside of the 20. Good job by the defense of the Tornadoes to slow things down.
Jackson Huttress made a nice tackle right there. Stop Bernard for a short gain.
So 3rd down and 6, and the question becomes, if they don't make it here, do they try for the field goal to tie it up?
I think they've got a kicker that has the range from right there on the football field.
Out of the eye. And Davis falls down at the 22-yard line. It's like maybe one of his linemen backed up and stepped on his foot that time.
Stepped on his left foot and lost a couple of yards.
So I think they might be stuck with a situation of having to go for it here on 4th down. So the Tornadoes need to hustle up and get their players off the field. And on 4th down, big play. Davis drops back, screen across the middle to Blackman. He's going to have the 1st down and more. Dives inside of the 5 and down to the 3-yard line, and he will put the Big Red in goal-to-go territory.
It was a big play right there by Steubenville.
It's just like they always have the right play at the right time as we get another look on the J&G Grill replay, and he had a whole army out in front of him.
Yeah, he just snuck him out of the backfield, got out of the blockers out on the right side, and made a nice pickup. He paid for it, but he made a nice gain.
I'm not sure the Tornadoes have enough players, maybe too many, as Bernard is going to take it in for the touchdown from 3 yards out. It looked to me like Dover might have had too many players on the field that time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They definitely didn't have everybody on the same page. They're still shuttling guys in and out.
So Phillips is on to try the extra point, and Steubenville back on top. Big extra point because it would put them out of a situation where they could make a field goal to tie it up. And that is up, and it is good. And now we've got some extracurricular activity going on. So I still haven't seen a signal that said it was good to begin with. They have not put it on the board, and I haven't put it down on my sheet yet.
No, because that's a big extra point, like you said.
Well, I think it's going to be good. I think the 15-yard penalty, I'm guessing, for unsportsmanlike conduct of some sort, probably be on the kickoff. Now they're going to call it on Dover, offsetting. So the extra point, I'm guessing it's good.
Steubenville Big Red 13, your Dover Tornadoes 10.
Well, apparently they're going to say it was no good. Now the scoreboard's got it on. I never saw a signal.
Never saw a signal from the official.
We'll, I guess, call it good. Looked good to me, so we'll call it good. And that makes it 14-10.
Yeah.
I never saw the arms go up.
I did not either, but I don't see anybody from Dover disputing it.
So it is 14-10. Steubenville. And Phillips will kick it away. Folkert and Folkert back deep. 5:52 to go. Exciting game here. One of the better games we've seen this season. Probably the best. And Kyler Folkert has it and stopped quickly at the 30-yard line. And now the drive of the season here for the Tornadoes, because they really need this win.
Oh, they sure do. And obviously they've had a couple of weeks where they've come out on the losing end. This would be a huge win for their season.
On their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
There'd be a lot of computer points, and this would go a long ways in getting them in the playoffs in week 11.
And some discussion between the officials and the players. I think they're a little bit concerned this could get ugly here, as there have been a number of personal foul penalties and things like that that have happened so far.
Yeah, I think the officials are trying to keep control of the game, but hopefully, it doesn't get to a point where the officials take the game out of the players' hands.
Well, the biggest drive of the season so far here for the Tornadoes. A lot of computer playoff points on the line in this one. As Sayre drops back under pressure, and he is going to be tripped up at the 21-yard line. Quentin Moore makes the big play.
He's had a couple of sacks tonight, done a good job from his defensive line position.
If I'm Dover, I've got to think this is my last chance at the football.
Yeah, with 5.5 minutes to go, this is the drive.
Second down and 18. Folkert in motion to the left side. And that one is going to go nowhere, as additional yardage lost back to the 19-yard line.
Well, Steubenville's seen that enough tonight.
That's the only play the Tornadoes have run.
Yeah.
They've run that constantly.
And they had Blackman out there just kind of spying and waiting for that. And, Tornadoes lost about 4 yards on that play.
So 4:39 to go here in the fourth quarter. Third down and 21. Sayre is going to let it go. Folkert is out there. It's nearly caught at the 45-yard line. The football was there, and Caden Folkert couldn't quite hang on to it. But Alec Taylor was there on the coverage and was able to get a hand on it, I think, and just deflected it enough.
Yeah, he was pretty much step for step with Folkert, but Sayre threw a nice pass, and it was coming down to Folkert, but Taylor got a hand in there just at the last moment.
I'm not sure that he even touched it, but he distracted, I think, Folkert as much as anything.
He at least distracted him, so he wasn't able to catch the football.
Sayre's going to have to punt it away. Just too much to ask on 4th down. And Steubenville is going to get the football at the 42-yard line with 4:15 to go.
Big Red 42, 1st and 10.
Boy, you just look at the series when Steubenville pinned Dover back at the 1-yard line earlier in this quarter, and that really has been the turning point in the game.
That sure was. And you know, they had that 3rd and 3 and got the procedure penalty that dropped them back to 3rd and 8 and made it that much tougher to get that 1st down. That changed things dramatically.
So for the Big Red, 1st down and 10. And Bernard, the tailback. They'll give it to him off the right side, and he's got plenty of running room. And he'll have it at the midfield stripe. So a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Just seems like that Bernard is being used wherever they need him in the big-time plays, and right now this is a big-time drive for the Big Red.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Steubenville, and you know, to this point they've only rushed for 162 yards.
So 2nd down and 2 out of the I formation. The handoff to Bernard. He's got the 1st down and more in Dover territory at the 42-yard line. Dayton Robin at the bottom of that pile.
Another 8-yard pickup right up the middle, and he's carrying a football with both hands. You know, at this point, don't want to turn the football over. They just want to run the clock down as much as they can.
I don't think you're going to see many pass opportunities here for Steubenville at this stage.
No.
They're just going to run the same play over and over again, the way it appears. Bernard off the right side, breaks a couple of tackles, gets loose at the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. And Anthony Giamo runs him down from behind with 3 minutes to go in the game, and the Big Red looking for a clinching score here.
That's their biggest rushing play in the football game.
Dover needs a timeout. They know they've got to stop him here where this one's completely over. So Dover, with 3:01 to go here in the 4th quarter, trailing 14-10 on the Kent State University Tuscarawas scoreboard. They had their chances.
They certainly did, and the defense gave them those chances. They did capitalize on a couple of them. They put themselves in a position to be in the ball game in the 4th quarter. This is where they wanted to be. But now it comes down to this drive for their defense.
So the Tornadoes will have to defend from their own 14-yard line. It's been a battle, no question about it.
Well, compared to previous 5 games for Steubenville, they know they've been in a football game tonight.
Steubenville comes out on the eye again, and their offensive line has just taken over here on this drive. The handoff to Bernard. Right up the middle to the 10-yard line for a gain of 4. Dover with just 1 timeout remaining.
Tornadoes are shuttling players in and out on their defense, trying to keep them fresh.
2nd down and 6. as Petaway, the up back, Bernard, the tailback, as they go to the stacked I. And then Blackman will pop out of that. The handoff to Bernard. Inside the 5 and down to the 1 yard line. Just a gutsy run there by Bernard.
Yeah, he's not coming down on that first hit. It's taken 3-4 players to bring him down, and he's just running hard right there.
Yeah, this is going to be the game right here. If the Big Red puts this one in. I'm going to guess that might let the clock run down and call timeout here.
Yeah, looks like.
Just take as much time off the clock as possible. And they're going to have to put some time back on the clock. I think. We'll see. So the Tornadoes up against it here. Great effort.
Oh, they've had a great effort tonight, and they have to be pretty proud of the effort they've put in. It's obviously not over yet, but they're in a tough spot right now.
So it will be first and goal from the 1 yard line with 1:44 to go.
These two teams, have some history together, and this is just another one of those good football games between these two teams.
So the Big Red huddled around Coach Reno. And for the most part, they looked somewhat not really interested in the game.
No, they seemed like they were just kind of going through the motions for part of the football game, but this second half they've started to play some football.
So 1:50 to go. And let's see if Bernard's going to get the handoff here. He does, and he is in for the touchdown.
On the carry, touchdown, Big Red.
So 1:47 to go. The Big Red with a long drive. Puts another touchdown on the board. Don't often see a 3-game losing streak for the Tornadoes.
No, you certainly don't. They've played some pretty solid football teams the last 3 weeks.
So Ian Phillips on for the extra point. And that is up and good.
The attempt is good. 147.
And that makes it 21-10. The Big Red leading the Dover Tornadoes with 1:47 to go. So it's an uphill climb for the Tornadoes, trailing by 11 and very little time left with 1 timeout.
Their offense, they can move the ball down the field pretty quickly, but there's just not enough time left as they've got to get 2 scores.
Coming up following the game, we'll have our post-game wrap-up, and we'll name our McDonald's MVP. So we'll see what the Tornadoes might have in mind here for this final 1:47. Valiant effort that just turned the tide, in the fourth quarter. Dover was up 10-7 heading into that fourth quarter, and Steubenville has scored twice.
Well, just a couple of plays turned the momentum from Dover's side to Steubenville's side.
So Phillips will kick it away. And it'll be down, dumped onto the field, and looks like the Tornadoes might have gotten it. It was a loose ball there for a little while.
It sure was. And Steubenville got down to the ball quickly.
And it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Dover Tornadoes. Minute 44 to play. And Steubenville, as the champions do, they find another gear to come up with a victory.
Yeah, you know, it only in a close game like this, it only takes a couple of plays to make the difference in the ball game, and Steubenville was able to make a couple of plays.
They've taken Dover's receivers a lot of it out of the game itself with some great defensive plays. They've just pretty much rushed 3 and played 8 back on 5 receivers.
Yeah, they've really covered Dover receivers well. You know, every once in a while they'd send 5 and put some pressure on Sarah, force him to throw the ball quickly, and they've had a good scheme against this Dover offense.
2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Sayre under the gun and taken down back at the 16-yard line. So they're going to move it back to about the 21-yard line. That's where it'll be spotted. And it'll be 3rd down and about 20 roughly.
Tornadoes have had a couple of situations like this where they've been in 3rd and long, and they just haven't been able to convert.
So we'll see if they opt to go long again, and they do, and this one could be intercepted. And it is. It's picked off by the Big Red as Juwan Jones makes the INT with 43 seconds to go in the game.
See, Sayre threw it up there just a little long, and Big Red made the interception, and it's pretty much academic.
So snap it maybe 1, maybe 2 more times, and this one will be in the books. Game had a lot of promise coming into the 4th quarter, but Steubenville, he's going to take away the victory from Crater Stadium here in Dover.
Well, you have to give the Tornadoes credit. They've played a good game. They've done a good job against this Big Red football team. They're number 1 in the state in Division IV, and there's a reason for that. They are a good football team.
The Big Red's going to have to snap it here one more time, and that will do it. And that is going to be your final 21-10. The Steubenville Big Red defeat the Dover Tornadoes. We'll come back and wrap it up for you here in just a moment from Crater Stadium in Dover on TV2 Sports. Steubenville Big Red comes up with a 21-10 victory over the Dover Tornadoes, and the Dover Tornadoes started out with 3 wins on the season, and now they're on a 3-game slide. Not where they want to be, certainly, but they gave it a great effort as they were leading heading into the 4th quarter of this one. This is our post-game wrap-up. And Jay, I guess how about some of your thoughts on tonight's contest?
The Dover defense, I thought, did a very good job against the Big Red rushing game. The Tornadoes just could not run the ball on the ground, and passing-wise, Steubenville really did shut them down for the most part.
So really a great effort by the Dover defense. The offense just couldn't get untracked, and they come up a little bit short as Steubenville scores twice in the fourth quarter to pick up that 21-10 victory. That's going to do it from Crater Stadium in Dover. The Steubenville Big Red, a winner over the Dover Tornadoes by a 21-10 count. For Jay Yonders and the rest of our TV2 Sports team, I'm Scott Robinson saying so long, everybody.